Greetings everyone, how you doing? Welcome to the channel. This video is all about the top bikes that I'm looking forward to seeing at Motorcycle Live in 2018. Here we go. Yeah, so I came out today on my lunchtime to film this, and for some reason it's gotten so windy here in Lincolnshire. It's so annoying. So I'm sorry about the sound. I will try and clean it up in the video. But anyway, top bikes I'm looking forward to seeing this year at this year's Motorcycle Live. Number one, Suzuki Katana. It was recently unveiled at the Intermot show in Cologne to a big fanfare. I personally love the look of this bike. It is so 80s. They've really done a great job capturing that kind of 80s look and feel. When I first saw it, I thought it was a cross between Street Hawk and, remember the TV series Street Hawk from the 80s? I love that show. And also, you know when you get something in your head that you want to do and you're like, no, I was going to do it at this time, I'm going to do this, I'm going to keep going. Suzuki Katana comes out and it looks like, for me, it looks like a cross between Street Hawk and Judge Dredd's Lawmaster. I kind of envisage like an anti-hero riding it into some sort of crime den. But I thought Suzuki's, as fair as Suzuki are at designing a bike, I thought the actual unveiling they did at Intermot was a bit lackluster. When they unveiled it, Mr. Suzuki comes out and he's talking for a while. Steve Parrish does a bit of comparing, and the next thing you know, one of the chief developers comes out, the designers, and he's talking for a while. Lots of talking, a bit of promo, a bit of a ninja slicing katana blades everywhere on the screen, and then they go to unveil it, and the line breaks on the cover. And you know, if it was me personally, I would have had a group of 80s badass gang members come onto the stage and oh, you must build us a motorcycle. And then Mr. Suzuki would be like, oh my god, I must build you a motorcycle. You know, there would be like an 8-team kind of montage where they're welding and crafting and slicing. And eventually Mr. Suzuki would ride out on the Katana on stage, and the criminals would be like, oh my god, I'm not quite sure why they would have requested one motorcycle. Maybe they wanted to escape as a human pyramid. Anyway, that bike is going to be quite special to look at in the flesh, so I'm quite looking forward to seeing that at Motorcycle Live. That's number one. Number two is two bikes that kind of fall in the same category, the Yamaha XSR900 and the MT09 as well, the Yamaha MT09. Both have had colour upgrades for 2019. Nothing's really changed for the bikes, but it does look pretty cool. I've got my eye very firmly set on an XSR900 or an MT09 or something of that middleweight naked category, which I'll talk about in another video. So yeah, number three on the list, which I'm quite excited to see, is the bike from Indian, the FTR1200 and the 1200S. These are the ones that pretty much stole the show at Intermot. Really cool looking, stacked with electronics, anti-lean traction control and ABS sensors and USB charging ports everywhere, so every hipster can plug everything in and charge it. It's so fucking windy. Number four on my list is going to be the Ducati Scramblers. Ducati have brought out 3 new versions of the Ducati Scrambler to add to their huge catalogue of variations and customizations. So Ducati Scrambler gets updated full throttle models. There's also a Scrambler type version and the new Cafe Racer, and they look so cool, they look so trick, And in number 5 for me is one that I've sat on recently, and perhaps one that I'll be considering to purchase next year, and that is the KTM 792. This has crept onto the radar very recently. I was reading Bike Magazine and they voted it number 1 in their top 50 of 2018. Admittedly, I think that it isn't probably the most aesthetically pleasing looking motorcycle, but it is certainly one that is being heralded for the way it does things and how well it does those. It is a bike that is a real rider's machine, stacked with electronics at a price band that kind of rivals the MT09 that I've been looking at, the XSR900, this Triumph Street Triple. It's really a bike that should be on pretty much anyone's list if you're looking for a roadster machine, something that you can get the most of, especially here in the UK. We've got lots of twisty, turny B roads, bumpy up and downy roads. I think it's really funny when you get a really posh car that drives past and it's whistling. It's like the car's whistling. Anyway, I'm really looking forward to seeing that bike. I've sat on one at SMC in Sheffield recently. I'm quite eager to take it out for a test ride, and when I eventually do get some sort of action cam, I will be able to, join the rest of the thousands of moto vloggers there are Until such time, I'm going to have to be a static moto vlogger. I was thinking about getting a green screen in the garage and sitting on the bike and kind of having scenery rolling past. Maybe I should do that Naked Gun style where they've got like Indians in the background. That'd be quite fun. So yeah, those are the 5 bikes I'm looking forward to seeing at Motorcycle Live this year. The Suzuki Katana, the Yamaha XSR900 and MT-09. We've got the Indian FTR1200. And we've got the Ducati Scramblers, the new trio of Ducati Scramblers, and finally the one that's really kind of I'm going to be making a beeline for at the show is the KTM 790 Duke. There is a rumour spy shots of the Duke are coming out at some point, so maybe that might be available to see at Motorcycle Live. KTM, I don't know, let us know. If you've got any of these bikes, drop a comment below, let us know how you're getting on with them. Are you going to Motorcycle Live this year? What is your favourite part of the show? Do tell. Yeah, so from a very windy Lincolnshire, and it's getting even worse now, from the static moto vlogger, me, and the wind. I can stand like this into the wind. So yeah, hope you like the video. Like, comment, subscribe. I don't know what I'm doing. Should I start doing that flossing thing? No, I won't do that flossing thing because I haven't got a clue what that is. You know, you walk along the street now and people are there standing there flossing and doing all that kind of stuff. I'm actually stood behind a kind of a mobile mast, a mobile phone mast. There's one right behind the camera, so God knows what I'm picking up here. Could be all manner of things. I could be like getting into people's conversations somewhere. I wonder what the hell I'm talking about. Maybe none of this will be usable because the wind is so far. Anyway, so from your static moto vlogger. I'll see you later.